So there was a transporter accident that happened, and out came Tuvix. Oh, wait, we're talking about the Mirror Universe.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages.
Oh, the hell with it. Let's just start the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vern and Bob Star Trek show on the Star Trek Network. I am Vernon.
And I'm Bob.
And we are here to talk to you tonight about a wonderful set of episodes from Deep Space Nine surrounding the Mirror Universe. Bob.
Yes.
Did we make a mistake?
We made a terrible mistake.
Like a bad transporter accident.
Yeah. There's 5 episodes of Mirror Universe episodes of DS9. I got through 2.
I got through 3.
Oh.
I didn't make it through the Shattered Mirror episode with Jennifer Sisko kidnapping Jake Sisko to get Benjamin Sisko to only let them go.
Yeah, no, I didn't even get that far. Yeah, I don't know. I was a big fan of the Mirror Universe from the original series. We didn't get any Mirror Universes in TNG.
We got kind of a sliver.
Are you talking about yesterday's Enterprise?
Yes, was it yesterday's Enterprise when the Enterprise became a battleship?
Yeah. The Enterprise B came back through the.
But is that the same episode we're talking about where they had the dark bridge and the dark lighting?
Yeah,
and the Enterprise was a warship.
Yeah, against the Klingon Empire.
That's probably the closest.
You know what? That's a good point. That is a very good point because that could easily be the mirror.
Because it was a fraction in time because of the Enterprise B. So
that's a good point. I never thought about it that way. That is a very good theory. So the first episode, and I don't remember the names.
So we got Crossover.
That was the first one, right?
First one.
That's where O'Brien and it's Julian Bashir and Karen Nerys. When coming back through the wormhole, they go through some kind of thing, and it sends them back into the mirror universe.
So I mean, there are some good things. There are some good things, and I'm not going to go with my most obvious, but what I like about this episode, I do like the darker versions of the characters. Yeah. You know me, I am a Garrick fan up and down. And his double-sided Cardassian way that he played in this episode was perfect. So I like that. I don't know how I feel about Mirror Sisko.
I feel like he was that was the role that he was made to play, that very over the top, where he tries to play the actual Sisko like that, but this seems more fitting for that character.
Very first season Sisko.
Yeah. I will agree. Garrick is the bright spot of this episode and the subsequent episodes. My biggest issue here is, first of all, look-wise, it's very dark. Very dark. When you're watching it, it's hard to see things, really. And I'm not meaning it's like dark like in the storytelling is dark. I mean, like it's very dark. There's no lighting, it seems like.
And if that's how Tarek Noor was, I feel like during the flashback episode with Odo, that it wasn't as dark.
No, it wasn't.
Everything's unless you were in the processing units.
Oh, when they were in the ore refinery area, you couldn't tell anything. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Odo character in this episode. It just seemed out of the way. I get that he's supposed to be bad, but it just seemed off. Like it wasn't very good. He wasn't good at playing that type of character. Sorry.
What I want to see is how Odo went from, because that was his character during the occupation. How he goes from that character to the Odo we know in just the short time that Bajor and Starfleet in Cardassia make the agreement that
the
Federation is going to take over Deep Space Nine.
I think he very much mimics how Kira is. The regular universe, she is good. She's striving to make things better. That's how he is. Mirror universe, she's regular Caligula, with everything that she does, the killing, the blatant killing, the sexual overtones.
Mm-hmm.
He takes on that same type of persona, not so much the sexual stuff, but the brutal stuff.
Right.
I'm kind of curious, what weapon did Bashir use to blow Odo up? Like,
Yeah.
I-
And why wasn't that adopted? Like, why didn't we
Like
go
every
back
o-
and get that for the Dominion War?
right, because it seems like every other weapon that they use on the changelings is basically useless. I mean,
Yeah.
also the fact that Julian Bashir has been in the ore processing plant for like a day and a half, but he looks like his uniform looks like
Oh,
he's been
yeah.
there for like 6 months.
Well, the prim and proper, it's hard to put them to work and
I think,
not make a mess of themselves.
Let's talk about the weird mirror universe. Kira Nerys being in
Weird?
love,
Weird?
being in love with herself from the regular universe.
She really was. I mean, even Garrick said it. You've given her the best present of ever, which is herself, and she loves you.
I sat there and I was like, okay, this is like the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I mean, she's over sexualized as it is, and then to
Oh,
say,
yeah.
okay, she wants herself, and it wasn't even like, no, you're misunderstanding. No, that's what it was.
That's straight up what it was.
Yeah.
She's such a goddamn narcissist in this mirror universe that it's believable that she would love herself.
And the question is, how much of that is in the actual Kira Nerys that we know?
That's a good point.
Yeah, all it was a different change of branches in time, but it's still the same person.
So another couple complaints when they first get there, the mirror universe Nerys Kira asks the normal universe Kira if she knew who James T. Kirk was.
Mhm.
And she had no idea, which, I mean, that could be true. But yet when they come back through the wormhole and they ask where they've been, and she goes, let's just say we've been through the looking glass. You don't know who James T. Kirk is, but you know what Alice in Wonderland is?
Right.
Because that's the phrase. That's the
Yeah.
phrase they got hooked on for all of these episodes. They kept using the phrase, we're going through the looking glass. And
It
it's
was the
just
name
like,
of the second mirror episode.
I know, yeah. And, it's just like they got hooked on that. But that was the one thing that I kind of picked up on. I was like, she doesn't know Kirk, but she knows Alice in Wonderland, which is a story from way further back than Kirk was. The first one by far was probably the worst of the two.
There was one inconsistency that I saw here in the writing, and I don't know if it's an inconsistency, but in that first episode where Quark is talking to Kira, he referred to her as Major.
Oh, that's right.
That Quark should have never known her as Major Kira.
That is true. But then again, she murdered him fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Basically the opposite of, like, he gets away with everything in the normal universe, but in the mirror universe, he does one thing and they drag him out and kill him.
So that brings us up to Through the Looking Glass, where you have...
it's a little bit better. It's got a better story.
You definitely get a different look at Dax in this episode.
Okay, so let's just bring it up. I remember while we were trying to do research for this and watch these episodes, what we did watch, I messaged Vernon and I said, these are not good episodes. And you brought up a point. Now that after you brought it up, I looked back at it and said, these episodes are nothing but fan service.
They are.
Because they have everything that the fans wanted, and they could do it because it's in an alternate universe.
Right.
And when you said that, I was like, you know what? That is true. Because you got the kiss between Cisco and Dax.
There was a lot more implied than a kiss.
Well, yeah. You have the Kira Nerys sex bot that everybody, there you go. What else did they have? They had
Miles O'Brien being an actual important person.
oh yes, and not actually just as people say O'Brien must suffer and not really do anything to help himself. Yeah, so that made a lot of sense, and I was like, okay, I understand now what they were doing in these episodes. Okay, so by the time we get to the second episode, that renegade Cisco is dead.
No, that is episode. Yeah,
No,
that
that's
is episode
the
2. I'm
second because
sorry. Yeah,
I only got through the first two.
that is
So
episode 2. You're right.
so he's dead. That seems to be because they built it up at the end of that first one that he was going to lead the resistance.
Mhm.
And the next time we come back to it, he's already dead. So, I mean, I guess it's convenient because you're going to have Cisco in one of these episodes at some point. Besides the Kira characters, they kind of avoid them meeting each other, if that makes sense.
Well, that's budget reason.
Well, yeah, because doing the splice on screen is
Which I think is part of the reason why they had to do it in such dark tones, because that stuff only works in dark tone.
The one thing I do love about the second of the episodes, we get the cameo of Tuvok.
Yeah.
And I remember him showing up and I was like, wait a second, is he playing Tuvok or some random
No, he is listed in the credits as Tuvok.
Yes, and that's
In the opening
because Voyager had already started by that point, and that was a very sly thing. They never mention him as Tuvok in the show.
I'm kind of curious to how that happens, because there's no reason why he should have been at Tarek Nor.
Well, to be fair,
There's no reason why any of them should have been there.
That's what I was going to say. How are any of them even there? How is O'Brien on there? I was kind of surprised, and I don't know if later on, because once again, I didn't watch the other three, and I don't remember them from when I watched them before. Does Gul Dukat show up in the Mirror Universe?
If he does, it's not in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
No, I don't have an answer to that because I didn't watch the last 2 episodes, but it looks like it's still all the same cast. The final episode is Ferengi based, so I wouldn't think so.
Which is weird because they killed off all the Ferengi. Like I said, I was a fan of the original series Mirror Universe. Seemed like it was a lot better done than these were. But like you said, they were nothing but fan service, lip service to the fans, because they were probably writing in and saying, oh, when's Cisco and Dax going to get together?
And it doesn't even work. Like, I don't like it.
I never liked it either, because of the simple fact that when they met, Dax was like a 70-year-old man.
So there should be no romance here.
No.
There's not a romance. It's a very good friendship because they knew each other before Jadzia. So yeah, the fan service is like, does it make sense? No.
Yeah.
But that's all it was.
So in the second one, they bring back Cisco's dead wife. That's how they hook him into staying. I don't think she's a very good actress. I never did. It's very bland, very dull,
very robotic. Even when she's there with like Jake in the third episode, she's just not, Benjamin has told me so much about you. And how does Benjamin talk to the shattered universe or the mirror universe? Like, does he go over there and like,
does he just go and hang out? I don't know. And I hate to say this because we're doing an episode about the mirror universe. I just don't think they're very good episodes.
No.
To the point where I didn't want to watch the last 3. And
I've never had a desire, and I always skip over them because, really, honestly, the only thing good to me in the mirror universe is Kira. But
fair. That's a fair point. But it's just like it doesn't make you want to continue the story. And I'm sure there's people out there that feel differently. But for us, it's just like I got through 2 episodes, and I was like, I'm not going to sit here for another 3 episodes and watch a story that ultimately doesn't go anywhere, doesn't serve a purpose to the overarching storyline of DS9.
If you've got people that can come and go, why haven't they invaded the normal universe yet?
Well,
why is it not a bigger problem?
Well, here's the thing is they said that they corrected the issue with the transporter, which was the original way that the original Enterprise got into the mirror universe. There was a transporter issue.
But again, Jennifer Sisko comes over and
Well, yeah, that's the thing, because in the second episode, that's how Smiley
yeah,
gets
we didn't correct shit.
he
They
used the
perfected it.
transporter.
Yeah.
So I
They-
mean, to be fair, they don't even know about the wormhole in the mirror universe.
Well, it's because, and this is also something that doesn't make sense. How did New Bajor exist in the other universe when it wasn't established until Deep Space Nine was liberated from Bajor?
Yeah. I don't know. It's it's one of those things that
We
I
love
hate.
Star Trek, by the way.
I
If anybody
love
ever
Star
does,
Trek.
we love
but
Star Trek.
No,
We talked about
no,
this.
we do. We absolutely do. But the thing of it is Star Trek is riddled sometimes with really bad writing that doesn't make any sense. And you see it in these episodes. That right there. The fact that Quark called Kira Major Kira, that was caught by nobody. And I don't know if it was written that way or if that was just Armand Shimmerman saying it and they wasn't caught in editing. It was
But it
just
should have been caught. That's a really
it
big
should have.
mistake.
That's a real it's a real big flub and nobody caught it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, by the time I got done with the second one, which was another ridiculous ending to it, he just walks out. I didn't feel the need to continue watching these.
Yep.
So, well, we
That's
didn't.
the thing. The other two episodes don't even look like I don't like the Ferengi in Deep Space Nine. It doesn't make sense.
I like the Ferengi of DS9. I don't like the Ferengi centered episodes.
Yeah. And
I wasn't a fan of the Magnificent Ferengi. I was, I just don't like when they go back to Ferenginar and visit their mom. I didn't care for those episodes.
Well, I randomly turned to page 162.
Oh, the rules of acquisition.
Even in the worst of times, someone turns a profit. Well, Paramount made a profit, and we saw the worst of times.
My opinion to you all out there is skip the Mirror Universe episodes. They serve no purpose.
They really don't. Like if you want to get through Deep Space Nine,
they're
4
hard.
hours you can skip.
Right. And they're hard to watch, not just because they're badly made. It's hard to watch because it's hard to see what the hell's going on half the time. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give them a 1. I'll give them a 1 just because the second one has some decent parts. Garrick is fantastic in them. You know what? I'll give it a 2 just because Garrick's really good in them.
I can't give it much more than a 2 myself. Garrick being the standout player.
Yeah, that's the only good.
Like even as much as I love Odo and I do love Kira.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, Odo's gone midway through the first episode, so you only see him that first one.
We did it. We talked about the Mirror Universe, and
we'll never talk about it again.
Yeah, we might.
Well, now if we do,
we were talking about yesterday's Enterprise. We'll talk about it, but
if we do talk about the original series Mirror Universe, I'll have a lot more complimentary things to say about it.
Yep, and there were only 2 episodes from the original.
I think so. I think there was 2.
Yeah, Mirror, Mirror, and the Tholian Web.
The Tholian Web one is really good.
The Defiant,
That was no, it wasn't that Defiant.
It was the 1764 class. So
yes,
I may have to watch that.
It's a good one. Both of them are really good.
So which one of these is supposed to be tied to Deep Space Nine? Mirror, Mirror?
Well, both of them are technically tied to them because that's what started this whole thing with Kirk going. I think Mirror, Mirror is the first one.
The Mirror Kirk of the ISS Enterprise was a mass murderer.
He was not a good person. No,
assassinating Captain Christopher Pike.
Yeah,
I need to watch these.
You do need to watch them. It is very good.
Season 2, episode 4, and season 3, episode 9. I may have to go turn these on.
Yeah, I highly recommend them.
We'll always say
Mirror Universe Kirk and Mirror Universe Spock are fantastic.
Oh, this is when Spock had the goatee.
Yes, that's how you differentiated the two.
Ah.
I guess people got confused back in the day which was which, and they had those real snazzy, like, neon green or whatever green uniforms
Mhm.
with the sashes.
In preparation for the holiday season, as you can see,
We
I'm
are
already
going
wearing
to
a tie.
do a Christmas special,
Yes.
of sorts. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Well, Bob, where
Um,
can we find us on the internet?
well, you can find us at TikTok and Instagram, both by searching the Star Trek Network. You'll find both of us. We also have a Discord, and if you go to either one of the profiles on TikTok or Instagram, we will have a um, uh, non-expiring invitation. So all you got to do is click on the link, and it'll take you right to the Discord.
Well, all right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. And as always, everybody have a great day.